Hello everybody, the Board Game Man here. Now in this episode, we're going to look at a game of deduction, bluffing, and tactics. What you are is a princess trying to make your way through the Forbidden City without getting caught so you can meet the guard at the other end so you can escape and live happily ever after. But you must beware. The other player is trying to do the same thing. And if that player catches your princess gets sent back to the home row. It is a two-player only game. Ages 8 and up, takes about 20 to 30 minutes to play. What game are we playing? Well, here it is. Princess Jing by Matagot Games. There is a regular version, and there's also an expert version. I'm going to show you how to do both. So let's head on over to the Forbidden City table, and where I can show you how to play Princess Jing. All right, everybody, here we are, but it is not the gamer's table tonight. It is the Forbidden City of Beijing. So let me give you a little story behind the game, and then I'll go over the components, and then I'll go over the two different ways you can play the game. During the Ming Dynasty, two princesses are kept in the Forbidden City of Beijing. Princess Jing and her sister Fang are promised to two aged allies of the emperor and have been prohibited to see any other men. Ignoring the ban, they confide in two captains of the Imperial Guard and two idols through the screens of their suite. Determined to win their freedom, they run away through the chamber of screens despite the vigilance of the magic mirror holders. They can count on the devotion of their maids, dressed as princesses, to deceive the guards. Only their crowns can betray their identity. Okay, so that's a little story behind the game. So what you're trying to do is, as we set this up, you'll see what they mean by trying to get through the screens. So this is the game. This is the board, I should say. And it's a 5x5 grid. As you can see, the gray squares. This is where we're putting all these screens. Now, we're going to do the basic game first. And technically, it's not called the basic game. It's actually called The Princesses Run Away. And then you have the expert mode, which is technically called Legendary Animals. So let's go ahead and show you how to set up the Princesses Run Away. So as you can see here, first of all, we have the board. You have these screens. And each player will start off with the maid. Then you have the princess, which you can see they look identical. See the way she has a little crown on? So you can see they're totally identical. But one has a crown, one does not. Okay. And then you have the good old magic mirror holder. Okay, which is, it's kind of cool. You can see the reflection. Pretty cool. Then you have the guards, which here's the guard on each side that we'll put on the board. Okay. And then you have these empty screens. These screens are actually really, really cool. This is like a plastic, looks like a cardboard, but it's really nicely done. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this set up. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and get these out of the way. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to put, in these three middle rows, we're going to put empty screens. So that's what we're going to take care of all these screens here. And we're going to put these all in these empty rows, these three rows. We're going to go ahead and fill these up with empty screens, which should take up all but 4. There we go. And as you see here, we got the middle 3 rows complete. Then you have these 4 empty ones still remaining, which I'll show you where to put those right now. So let's go ahead and have the red team facing the camera here. And what you're going to do is you're going to put these 3 in any one of these 5 squares in the front. Let me put these over here because they're going to be over on this side. So what you can do is you can put one here, maybe put one here, and then maybe put one here, and then you'll take 2 empty screens, just like so. And then the green player over here is going to do the exact same thing. We're going to face it this way, and let's see, we'll face it this way, and let's see, we'll face this way, and put 2 screens. So that neither one of the players know where the princess, where the maid, or the magic mirror guy is. There we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put each one of these guards on the other side. So this is the red team, so the guard will be on this side. And you'll see these 5 little areas here. You're going to go ahead and put the guard. I believe in this game you put them in the middle. But I guess it doesn't really matter. But in the basic game, when you're doing it, the best area is probably going to put them in the middle. So we're going to put the red guard back here and the green guard right here. So the green is trying to get to the green guard. The red is trying to get to the red guard. Okay. This is the setup for the game. Like I said, this is the basic game here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take turns moving one space, switching screens out. You can move them any which way you want. You can move it left, right, orthogonally. I have a hard time saying that word. Orthogonally or diagonally. So in other words, you can go left, right, up, down, diagonally. You can go any way as long as it's one space only. Now in this game, like I said at the very beginning, what you're trying to do is you're trying to go make your way through the screens without the other player catching you. Okay, and what I mean by that is, let's see. Let's go with the red player will start first. So what he can do, he's going to move any one of these screens. Let's just say he's going to go, okay, I'm going to move this here. So he's going to take this. He's going to keep it facing himself. He doesn't want that other player. There's no turning of the screens. There's none of that stuff. So he's going to move it just like so. Okay. Now it's going to be the green's turn. He can either move an empty one, because there's a lot of bluffing in this game too. So sometimes you might think, oh, he's going to start moving an empty screen over, and I'll let you know what happens if you guess wrong, if you guess incorrectly. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move this here. Okay. And the next player is going to say, okay, I'm going to move this person right here, move this here, and so on. And this is what you're going to do to start off the game. I'll move this diagonally right here, and so on. Okay. Now, well, let me go ahead and show you what happens here. Let me see. Here's the princess here. Let's just say princess is right here for the green team. Okay. And you're moving each piece. So you can actually move your opponent's piece without knowing it. You can also do that too. Okay. So you just never know. Now let's just say I want to move this screen back to here. So what you do is you're going to move this back like so. And oh, what do we have in the mirror? Let me go ahead. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, I can't zoom on here. So let me go ahead and show you up close what we can see. If you're sitting here, oh, what do we have here? You can see in the mirror, we have someone there. But the thing is, when you're looking from afar like this, okay, like I think it's pretty much right here is where you'll be looking. All you're going to be able to see is probably from the waist down. So you have a 50-50 chance ever thinking that might be the princess, or could it be the decoy, the maid? You're not too sure, but that lets you know that there's somebody there. Are you willing to guess it, or are you willing not to? So that's pretty cool about the little magic mirrors. You can actually see the other player, but technically, you'd be kind of like this. I think that's pretty much what you would see when you're playing the game. And you want to be very, very quiet about that. You don't want to be bending down, going, ooh, what is that down there? Because then that'll let the other player know, he's looking at something. That magic mirror must be there. Okay, so you want to make sure the other player does not know where your magic mirror is, because obviously he's going to keep his princess away from there and maybe put the maid there. Okay, so say the green player, the red player would be looking there, and he goes, I'm going to guess this is the princess here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take it, turn, and there it is. It is the princess. Now what happens is, if they guess the princess correctly, what happens is the other player, first of all, you have to take your princess and go all the way back to start, okay? And you have to replace it with any one of these screens in your home row. But it has to be an empty screen, okay? So you're going to take this, put this here, put the empty screen here, and now the red player gets 2 turns, okay? So you can move any 2 screens that you want. You get 2 turns. So let's just say he wants to move this person here, and wants to move this person here, like so, okay? And that's how that would work. So if you guess correctly, you get 2 moves. If you guess incorrectly, okay, let's just say, where is the maid here? Let's see, where's the maid? Let's see, the green maid. Let me see if I can find here it is. So let's just say the green maid is here, okay? And once again, you can see something, as you can see it right there. You can see someone's there, but you're not too sure which one it is. So say, yes, I think that's the princess. Oh, you are incorrect. Okay. What happens there When you're incorrect is the other player, this player here, the green player, gets 2 moves. Okay, so that's what happens there. So when the player guesses it right, then that player that guessed it gets 2 moves. And if you guess it wrong, then the other player gets 2 moves. And that can be detrimental if you're wrong, because say, what if I have the princess 2 spots away? Then I make 2 moves and then I win. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your princess right in front of the guard. So for instance, in this one, the green team is going to try to bring her princess right here. If you bring the princess right here to the guard, then that's how you win the game. Okay? So that's how you do that. So that's really cool. Now, if you have, say you got the princess here, and you have a feeling that other player knows where your princess is, or you know, I think he's going to know because I think I don't know. I just have this feeling he knows. So what you can do is you can pick up your princess and say, "Here's my princess." Turn it around. Let's see where's the princess at here. Where did she go? Oh, that's the mirror holder. Here's the princess. You say, you know what? Here's my princess. You turn it around. You show it. Then you have the player either close their eyes or turn around. And you're going to put the princess right back where she was, right in any of one of the home rows, and switch it out with an empty screen. Because sometimes you might have a feeling, you know what? I have a feeling she might know where my princess is because you saw a move right by your princess, and you might get worried about it. You might want to get her out of there because you don't want to give your other player 2 turns. Same with the magic mirror. If you maybe thought maybe you tried to kind of bend down a little too far and you think maybe that player, okay, you know what, that's probably where the magic mirror is. You can do the same thing with the magic mirror. You can go ahead and say, you know what, here's my magic mirror guy, turn it around to show the other player, and then put it back in your home row anywhere as long as it is an empty screen, and you do it just like so. Well, like I said, the other player either has to close their eyes or they have to turn around so they don't know where you put it, and then you move on again. So that's pretty much the basic version of it. You're trying to get your princess moving one screen at a time to the other side where the guard is, and if you get your princess right in front of that guard, you win the game. Okay? Now let's set this up for the expert mode. And let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me go ahead and get this set up. So let's go 1 second. Okay, now we got this all set up almost for the expert mode, which in this case, like I said, is called Legendary Animals. So here we go. You can see there's a little difference in the playing pieces that we put on the board. Okay, so for instance, in this game, each player will have 2 magic mirror guys, your princess and the maid. And now you have all 3 guards that are in the game. You also have the legendary animals. As you can see here, we have a fox, a crane, and an owl. Each side will get 3 of these. You also have, each side will have 3 cards of these, each, 3 red and 3 green. So the red player would have these 3, and the green player would have these 3. And what you're going to do, the red player is just going to go ahead and just take any one of these, put the other 2 cards back in the box. Same with the green player. The green player is going to take a card, put those in the box. And then you're going to choose, each player is going to choose 2 of these animals to put in the screens. So let's just say the green team or the red team over here is going to go ahead and put in a fox. It's put in there very carefully. So we've got a fox in there now. And then he's going to choose the owl. He's going to put this. He's going to choose 2 out of the 3 animals to put in a screen. Okay, like so. If that is complete, this stork will go back in the box. Okay. All right, and then let's do the red team here, or the green team. I'm sorry. He's going to let's see. He's going to choose the stork. Okay. He's going to choose the stork over here, and let's see. He likes the owl, so we're going to go with the owl. He's going to stick it. And there's a little slot in these screens, so that's how you place the princess and all them in there. You just kind of very carefully. And it doesn't take much. I just kind of take it and kind of move it left, back and forth, and it comes right out. So you just got to you don't want to bend it up or break it, okay? And then the remaining animal will go back in the box like so. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, let me go ahead and show you this setup. Here's the red card, here's the green card, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to do like you did last time, but you're going to set up the first 10 rows. Okay, that's how we're going to do this. So let's go ahead and, let's see. We're going to go ahead and put the red team over here, like so. Okay, and the green team will flip them around because they're facing this way, heading towards the green guards. Okay, put these over here. So now we have 6 pieces that we're controlling in this game. But the animals do not move. The animals do not move. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go put only one line of empty screens in the middle. Okay. Just like so. Now we got 5 empty ones there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and place these 6 and 4 empty screens in the first 2 rows of your area. So let's just say we got this, this, and it doesn't matter where they are at. So, and then this side's going to do the same thing. Okay, and there you have it. So now, one thing you want to make sure when you're setting up the expert version here is that when you're doing the first 2 rows, the princess and the maid must be in the first row. They cannot be in the second row, so you cannot set them up that way. So that's what you have to do. Any of these other pieces can be anywhere within the 2 rows. The animals, the magic mirror guy, they can be anywhere in these first 2 rows. But the maid and the princess must be in that first row. You have all 4 of your pieces and the 2 animals in there, along with 4 empty screens in the first 2 rows. Then you're going to go ahead and place these guards like so in any of these spaces that you want. You can do every other one if you want. You can do all next to each other. It really doesn't matter. There we go. So we'll do that. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we have it all set up for the expert mode. This is the legendary animals. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go through the same thing. It's the same thing when you're moving one piece at a time. That's what you're doing. Nothing changes there. But in order to know which guard you need to visit, you're going to look at, you're going to try to use your magic mirror guys, but now you have 2 of them now. And you're going to try to find those animals as you're going through the screens. And as soon as let's see, so when we go ahead and, because you get the basic idea of how this works. So what you're going to do is say one of the magic, let's see, where's one of the magic mirror guys? Let's see, one of the magic mirror guys comes across. He makes it over here. Okay. Let me put this closer, that way it's a little easier to see. So say we're making the moves, we're switching them around and whatnot, and he comes across, as you can see here, let me go ahead and take this off so you can see it better. As you can see, he sees, there it is. Probably see it better if you see it in person, but there is the stork. Okay, so now he knows, let me see if I can move this. There you go. So now you know that the stork is one of the animals that you need to know. Okay, now let me go ahead and show you what the cards show. Okay, because I don't think I've shown you the cards yet. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the cards. The cards are as follows. Okay, when you look at the card, as you can see, you're trying to figure out which guard you are trying to get to, your princess to get to. So, for instance, in this one, we saw the stork. So now we know it's not going to be this guard, because if it was this guard, it would be the fox and the owl. So you know that you're not going to be heading towards this guard. But now you know it's either this guard or this guard, because each one of these have a stork. So now you need to move around your magic mirror guy again to look for the other animal. And as soon as you find the other animal, let's just say, let's see here. Like for instance, let's just say this is the other animal. Okay, let me go ahead and show you up close here. And you can see, oh, there's the owl. You can see the owl is right there. Okay, so now you know both animals in order to make it to the right guard. So for instance, here we go. Put that right back up there. So now you know on your card, you got the crane and the owl. You're going to go for this middle one right here. Okay, and that's the guard you know that you're going to go towards. And that's how you figure out which guard. As soon as you maneuver your princess through the screens to that guard, then you're going to say, my princess made it. You're going to show, okay, I see the 2 animals you used in your game are the stork and the owl. You say yes. You show the other player, this is the guard I'm at. Yep, and you are the winner. So it makes it a little more, it's a little more difficult because you're not just trying to get your princess to the end of the one guard. You actually have to find the two animals the player put in play with the magic mirror guys. And it's the same thing here. If you think you know where the princess is, you can call her back. You can say that's the princess and bring her back to the home row. Same with the magic mirror guy. If you have a feeling that the other player might know where that magic mirror guy is, well, now in this case you have two of them. Then you can say, oh, here's my magic mirror guy, and then put him back. Have the person turn around and close their eyes and put it back in the home row. So this makes it a little cooler. I think it's fun. This way I think is a lot better than the just trying to get the princess across. But it is a good idea if you're playing it for the first time just to do the princess way first. That way you kind of get a feel for moving the screens around and all that good stuff. And then the only illegal move you can't do is you cannot erase the move that the last player made. So say I did this move, you can't go back and go, oh, I'm going to move this back over here again. You can't do that. That's the only thing that's illegal. Other than that, you can, like I said, you can move any way you want as long as that screen is that word. I can't think of the word orthogonally. I can't never say that word. But anyway, so the cards are pretty cool. And like I said, you just try to find those two animals, and whatever animal that leads to that guard, that's the guard that you go to, and then you win the game. So that, my friends, is Princess Jing. I think it's a pretty cool little game. I mean, I love the components. The board is nice. The components are nice. These screens are really, really cool. And there you have it. Princess Jing.